welcome to Yardie Belly's Kitchen. Today we will be doing American favorite, yeah, and we're gonna jazz it up as much as we can, embellish it as much as we can. Today we're doing stuffed peppers, yes, stuffed bell peppers, and let me show you my bell pepper right here. Let me zoom out a little bit so that you can get a full angle of my peppers, yeah. And we have these really nice peppers from Southern Valley. I bought them in Aldi over a week ago, and they are still, you know, sturdy and nice. And we're gonna stuff them with some ground sirloin. Yeah, ground sirloin I have at Publix. I got these from Publix, and I'm using sirloin because, again, I want the good quality beef, not too much fat. I have an onion here, and this is a Vidalia onion that I'm gonna be using. And let me just show you right quick all of my ingredients, because it's not that much. All right, we have some Moors. Moors is very good on meats, and it's an original marinade. I'm gonna just put some on the ground beef. I have my own composite jerk powdered seasoning here that I have made, and I'm gonna use a little of that just for the spicy kick. I'm using some rotisserie chicken seasoning, and that's my go-to. We're done. We now have no more seasoning. Now I have some of my own original green seasoning I'm gonna add, and my garlic ginger paste is still going strong. I'm gonna add that too. So just join me as I prepare the beef, and then oh, by the way, I have some rice that I have, the wifey has cooked the rice already, and so we're gonna use the beef with the rice and stuff it in the pepper, and the pepper in the rice, and the stuff it in the and you will like it. So let's get cooking. Here I have some small bell peppers and some jalapeno that I'm gonna be adding, and I'm putting a little bit of thyme, and I'm just gonna cut these up right quick and prepare this, because I'm gonna use it because I want it to look pretty, you know. So I'm gonna add this to my stuffing mixture, yeah. So my beef is thawed out and everything. I'm gonna add my Moors marinade right now, and I'm just gonna add about a tablespoon or maybe 2 tablespoons of my Moors marinade. You can substitute Moors with Worcestershire sauce or soya sauce, anything of that nature, but the Moors is a little bit nicer. Now I'm adding my rotisserie chicken seasoning, and I'm adding maybe about a tablespoon or maybe a tablespoon and a half of that as well. If you notice, I'm not too strict with recipes, with measurements. I apologize for those who are strict with it, but that's how I do my thing, and I apologize once again. I just added some jerk seasoning, and maybe about a teaspoon of the jerk seasoning, and that is to your taste. Now I'm using my fingers to just pull the thyme leaf off the little stems, and you know, because you don't want nobody to bite down on a tough piece of thyme. All right, so I'm just pulling that off, right? And then I'm gonna just mix it up, you know. After I'm done, I'm gonna mix it up and make sure so everything is properly incorporated. Oh yeah, remember get my green seasoning. So I'm gonna put a couple tablespoons of my green seasoning now. And then I'm just gonna also add my ginger garlic paste, and I'm gonna put the link, you're gonna see a little round white dot at the top of the screen. You can just click on that if you want the recipe to the green seasoning and the ginger garlic paste. All right, I'm gonna make sure I have it there for you, so you can click on that video. Now we just mix them up and make sure it's duly incorporated. The thing I like with the sirloin is it has less fat in it. I'm not a big meat person, so to speak, but every now and then you have to change it up a little bit. I have a son, and I don't want him to eat too much on street, so sometimes I just put little meat in the ingredients to make sure him comfortable. I don't want him to eat a road too much. So to my pot, I'm adding about maybe about 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm gonna just I'm using a non-stick pot, by the way, because as I said before, the sirloin takes it has less fat, so it will stick if it's a regular pan. So I'm adding my sirloin, and the next thing I'm gonna do is just allow this to cook, get brown. You want to put the heat on relatively high so that it gets brown relatively quickly, and just stir so that it doesn't clump up. All right, so that's what I'm doing right now. And beef is very easy to cook, guys, especially for men. I mean, I know the health industry will tell you that you don't need animal protein, and that's somewhat true, and I subscribe to it 100%. But especially for guys, if you're gonna eat meat any at all, you can have a piece of beef or meat in its form every now and then if you're gonna eat it. Not it a prerequisite. It's not a prerequisite. You don't want to eat it. But as I said, just to change up the menu and change up the recipes every now and then. Alright, so my beef has come down to a point now where you want to get most of the liquid out, and I'm adding my onions at this point. I'm stir frying just the same until the onions get to the point where it's translucent, and then we add some more ingredients. So keep stirring, keep your stove on high so that you can get most of the liquid out, because the recipe don't call for excessive moisture in the beef. Right, so let me stir in this onion, and then we add some more stuff. Yeah, it starts smell good too. Tell you that. Yes, man. Alright, so the moisture has dried up somewhat. Let me add some of my green peppers, just a little bit, and I'm gonna add some of my yellow peppers as well. Orange peppers as well, just a little bit to make the pot look nice. Okay, you want your pot look good. You don't really want the boring food. Boring food. Me not want to cook no boring food. So keep stirring, guys. Make sure it's not stick. As you notice, I didn't use a lot of oil, so just keep stirring. Now that my beef has sufficiently dried out, let me add some rice. Now this is where I separate my recipe from other recipes, because some folks, they would stuff the pepper with just beef. They would probably add green peas or whatever ingredients they want to add to the beef, and then they would stuff the pepper with that, and then they would probably serve the meal up with rice as the side dish. What I'm doing here is I'm adding my rice to the beef. And I don't know if you do it your that way. Again, there is really no hard and fast rules to this recipe and to this way in which I cook. I know it's non-traditional. Some people come at me because of it, but this is just how I do my thing. Please bear with me. So I'm adding my rice to the beef from now, and I'm incorporating this. In New Orleans, this would be classified as what they call dirty rice or Cajun rice. Them have a way of doing them thing. And so I'm pulling from different veins of cooking styles to create what I want and to create something that is uniquely me. So I'm adding my rice to the beef at this time, and what this will do is make it be like a one pot meal. You get what I'm saying? So it won't be little elements on the plate. Now I'm adding the rest of my peppers, and I'm gonna incorporate that as well. And again, the other reason why I do it this way, guys, is because when you add the rice to the mince, you also minimize your portion of meat immediately, because the rice acts like a filler, so you're getting less meat in each pepper. You get what I'm saying? All of these things may take into consideration when I'm doing this. So again, if it's not like how you do stuffed pepper, it doesn't mean I am wrong. It just means I'm doing it different. And so please don't come for me because of my variations on a recipe. So you want to get a paring knife, and you just want to go around and try to disassemble the pepper veins or ribs, and twist, pull it out, and then you want to clean up on the inside as much as possible. I'm not using the tops for this recipe, so pretty much we're just gonna clean up on the inside of the peppers without puncturing it. And if you want, you can also cut a little bit off the bottom just to stabilize it in your baking pan. I'm not doing that because these are fairly stable, and I'm just lazy overall, but you can do it that way as well. So this is how you prepare your peppers to be stuffed. Just clean out the inside as much as possible and wash, and make sure your peppers are washed and dried, as I did here. And then we move to the next level. Let me show you one more time what I'm doing. Okay, let me just show you one more time. And please don't throw away the top of the peppers, alright, because you can save them for use to something else. I'm not about that throwing away life. Yeah, and use a paring knife. If you use your big kitchen knife, you might just slice the pepper into it. So use a paring knife or a steak knife, like what me have. Yes, if a steak knife me have, a steak knife may I use. Let me twist this. Twist it and take it out. See, and this come out nice and clean. Now I'm adding some cheese, and the reason why I'm adding cheese, this is totally optional, guys. Totally optional. The little boy said he wanted cheese, and let me tell you what I do is, if my son or my wife gets involved in my cooking process, I try to involve them on their suggestions. I try to make sure that whatever they want, their thoughts are facilitated. So I put some cubed cheese that regular block cheese, cheddar cheese that I cut up, and then I also have some shredded cheese that I'm adding, and this is just a regular 4 cheese blend. I'm using the Mexican blend, just because the meal sort of seems Cajuanish or Mexican instead of Italian in its nature. And you make sure your rice is cool to a certain point as much as possible, and then you add your cheese, because immediately the cheese will melt. So you just add your cheese and stir it in. And again, as I said, this is totally optional, guys. This is not a hard and fast recipe. It's not a traditional dish in any way. It's just me trying to make my regular dinner a little bit more exciting. Alright, so you add your cheese and incorporate it. Now we're gonna stuff our peppers. Alright, and as you see, I put my peppers in a non-stick baking pan. My hands are washed, and I'm just adding my rice, beef, and cheese mixture to each pepper. As I said before, you could do a little bit of balance, stabilizing at the bottom of your peppers if they feel like they're gonna topple over. I'm comfortable with mine. I don't think they're gonna fall over, so I'm just adding my mixture to them at this time. And you want to make sure that you add your mixture nice, and put a good amount of rice in it, because guess what, this is gonna be each of them pepper, one pepper for each member of the family. And it might not look like a lot, guys, but I promise you, when you take your knife and cut this in a fork or open it up, you'll be surprised to see how much rice each person get, how much portion each person get in one pepper. And the peppers were really, really large. So yeah, Now what I'm gonna do here is, as soon as I stuff these let me say I can stuff one more, but as soon as I stuff these, I'm gonna add my cheese blend to the top, and then put them in the oven and I'm just gonna allow the cheese to melt, make the pepper get a little way soft, not too soft because I like the crunch, and then the dinner ready. I'm tired too, I can't stay up the whole time. I'm gonna lie down, I'm tired, man. I get old in my body. Lord help me. Alright, let's stuff these peppers here and start the misbehaving. Alright, so my peppers are stuffed. Now I'm gonna add my cheese on the top. I'm just gonna finish this container and make sure so I get all of the cheese out. And I'm gonna put a little bit more water in the bottom of that container, in the bottom of the baking pan when we're done too. So you can put your favorite cheese. This is a Mexican blend that I'm using. You can put your favorite cheese. If you don't want no cheese pan it and you want to use breadcrumbs, you can do that as well. If you don't want to use breadcrumbs and you want to use egg and flour and rice, whatever you want to use is up to you. I'm just putting it out as a template for you to do your own thing. Alright, my recipes are not written in stone. My cooking styles is not written in stone, and I believe people can experiment with food and get them own results. Yeah, and if you like it, please give me a thumbs up and comment and then something there. I remember add the water now. So my oven is on 425 and I'm just putting them in. The cheese melt, pepper gets soft, me ready. Me take them out, me ready for eat. So I must be a little bit transparent with my presentation, guys. I left the peppers in the oven a little bit too long, and the cheese became a little bit more browner and crusty than I anticipated. And so I just put a little bit of my salad dressing on the top of it. Bear with me, alright? Nonetheless, the result is just as I had imagined. Nice, flavorful, aromatic, and I'm serving it with just some vegetables and some dressing on the side. Hey guys, like, share, subscribe, join me once again for Taste Buds as we look about some more food. So please like, share, subscribe and comment. I take all the positive comments seriously and the encouragement. I appreciate you guys. Peace.